What's up, guys? It's Ryan, and this series of videos is going to be me chronicling my experience buying a Chinese micro excavator from eBay, how it went, how it's going so far. We're going to put as many hours as we can on the machine. This is video number 1, and I'm going to give you a little background on the order process, how expensive it was, how long it took, and what problems I've ran into. So here is the machine. I bought this on eBay. A little history first. Been wanting one of these for a while. Had a couple local dealers that had these from anywhere from $5,500 to $6,500 depending on options. Looked on eBay. I saw them as cheap as $4,300 on eBay. This one was listed at $4,700. I looked at it and the seller came back with an offer. You know, if you look at certain listings, the seller can come back with an offer later. He came back and offered me a few $100s less, and I ended up taking it. But after taxes, I ended up paying about $4,600 to $4,700 for this micro excavator. Why did I buy this one? This was the cheapest one I could find with the hydraulic thumb. Now you might notice it doesn't have a hydraulic thumb. That's correct. That's the first problem I ran into. Now, the reason I bought this was because it was the cheapest listed with a hydraulic thumb. Not only did the picture show a hydraulic thumb, but the first 2 words in the title of the listing were hydraulic thumb. And I asked the person running the eBay account if it was a hydraulic thumb. They said yes, and it does not have a hydraulic thumb. So problem number 1, that's that. Problem number 2, it came in, I don't think this is their fault, this is just something that happened in shipping, but the seat brackets appear to be very, very thin pot metal, and whatever got stacked on top of it, it just destroyed it. It bent the whole thing over. I'm hoping they're going to send me another one of those. But yeah, if I end up keeping it long term, I'll probably put a better seat on it anyway, but I may bend that back temporarily, you know, to use it, or at least to unload it off the trailer. So how long did it take to get here? I ordered it on eBay on Friday. I had some problems with my credit cards. They weren't letting me spend enough money to pay for it, so I couldn't actually pay for it until Monday. The seller was very responsive, messaged me every night, told me it shipped out on Tuesday, I think, and today is Wednesday of the next week. So it took me 7 business days to get it to my house. Now, why is it in this dump trailer? Well, that's because you know, I assumed this would ship on a hot shot truck and trailer or something like that. The eBay seller told me that, you know, don't worry, the driver will call you, the driver will help you unload it, they'll make an appointment, blah blah blah. So I thought, okay, it must be coming on a hot shot or some little teeny independent shipper. Not the case, guys. I got a call from my local freight company about, I don't know, 10 miles from me. They said, we got this in, we can't get it to your location, our trucks are too big to get in your driveway. I said, well, no problem, can you just meet me at the end of my road and I'll drive it back to my house? And they said, oh, we can't do that either because it's too big for the lift gate. So once I got there, they said, yeah, we tried to unload one with a lift gate one time and it was sketchy, it almost fell off, so we said we'd never do it again. Also, the pallet it came on from China got completely destroyed, and so they had to put it on another pallet. So kind of sketchy, but they brought it out of the shipping hub in the forklift, on the forklift, and just put it right up in the back of the trailer, pushed it up here, and it's, you know, it's 2,000 pounds. I didn't really think it was going anywhere, so I just strapped down and stabilized the arm, and yeah, it didn't move an inch coming down the road. I took it pretty slow. The sketchiest part was driving. I didn't want to drive very fast with this just flimsy plastic sunshade on there. I probably drove 50, might have hit 55 a few times, and didn't have any issue with it. But yeah, so At first I thought, well, maybe the hydraulic thumb is in the box, but it's not. There's, you know, I'm gonna get into all this later, but it looks like some kind of oil filter wrench. There's some grease. What looks to be like a decent crescent wrench, actually. A grease gun, a funnel, and some metric Allen wrenches, which I can always use. So, yeah. I thought maybe there'd be another box somewhere with the hydraulic piece in it, but it's not. So apparently someone, there's some kind of miscommunication between eBay seller and whoever, you know, was delivering this. There's no hydraulic thumb. So that's my biggest thing. I am going to have to get that resolved one way or another with eBay and the seller. There's a long list of things you're supposed to do to these that people recommend before you even run them. They say resist all temptation to play with them until you've done these things, which includes drain the hydraulic fluid that they put in it out, which from what I understand is extremely low quality. So we're going to do that first. We're going to go over a bunch of bolts. We're probably going to drain, if there's anything in the fuel tank, we'll drain it out. But yeah, the craziest thing about this is, I did this solely blind. I didn't know what brand it was. I think they're all pretty much from the same factories anyway. But the technical brand of this is called a force drive, and the eBay seller really couldn't even tell me the model. But when I saw the bill of lading, it's got the model listed on it, MP12. Force drive MP12. Look, there's a little more damage, shipping, some damage. I've also heard of these coming with hour meters that actually had hours on them. This one only seems to have like 3/10 of an hour. So one more problem. It came completely taped up like this, but the key for the door, it was in the back and it was taped over so nobody could see it. And when they came in with the forklift, I'm sure they bent this key. This should have been like taped inside somewhere or something, I don't know. But I was able to bend it back. Hopefully it doesn't break. It's not something I'll be using very often anyway, but just something to be aware of. It's pretty dusty, pretty dirty, as you'd expect from something that's shipped from China. But yeah, besides that, a lot of scuffs and scars and stuff like that. I haven't got to look it over super closely yet. I haven't taken the plastic off. That's going to be the next thing. Might be a little interesting getting this thing off the pallet and getting it off the back of the trailer. I'm going to try to just back it into a bank somewhere and do that. It's going to be a job for this afternoon. So I will get this thing off the trailer and I will get it unwrapped, and we'll do another close look over and go over everything. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. The cheapest Chinese micro excavator I could find on eBay with a hydraulic thumb, except it doesn't even have a hydraulic thumb. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.